Facebook, what's up? Good morning.
So mad and you still chew it.
We're gonna work
The
it out.
last time.
The gang is all here. Facebook. We're about to go live on the air in about 2 minutes, but wanted to come with you guys first. And mind you, the 9th caller, call the station 888-329-3306. And Janae and Jason and whatnot will take your Cash App information.
It's disturbing.
It's a flower.
$20.
When it dies.
You guys doing all right this morning? Hope all is well. We're talking about how to shut down the negative voices in your head.
Look like
Praise the Lord, Jennifer. Good to see you.
And the petals all die. And it's
Jamie's on the air. I need to turn up my volume even closer to me because I don't hear Jamie.
I hear something.
I don't know. I have to
you
figure it
turn
out.
4 is back up?
No, which one is 3? I need to turn 3 up.
Yeah.
So I can hear Jamie.
But he normally has it all.
Jonathan, Dierdan,
Oh,
calling in.
Ew.
there's a delay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm watching it on Facebook.
Oh. I'm like, why am I still facing it?
It's not a delay. You guys are perfect.
No, I'm watching it on Facebook. There's a delay.
Oh,
That's why you see my face. I'm like, ew.
That was like 10 seconds ago.
Right.
Facebook. Good morning. Hey, share this with somebody. Share the
Siri don't ever want to talk when you say her name. Somebody say serious or something. Though. You like,
I'm here.
share the
I
broadcast.
like this country.
My hair actually came out good for
Early in the morning.
my tools that I didn't have with me.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is Ralph Graves. Welcome to another edition of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I'm so happy to be here today. So happy to be here on this Wednesday morning, and the gang is all here. The gang is here. We made it through the July 4th weekend. Say good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Jason.
Janae,
Hi, everyone.
Kair,
Good morning, everybody.
Jamie Jackson's on the line.
Good morning.
How are you? Everybody doing well today? So good to have you guys on today. Thanks for checking out the show, guys. We're on www.dbam.com, 860 AM on your dial, on your tuner, if you're still using that. And we're just, it's another beautiful morning in Bala Kenwood, PA. Man, another beautiful morning. Just happy to be on the air today. Just happy to be here. How's everybody's weekend? You know, I like to talk about the 4th of July weekend. How was everybody's weekend? Jamie, I'll start with you. How was your weekend?
Not giving up really hit home for me, and I spent the weekend decluttering. I'm a bit of a clutter. I was like, I'm not going to give up this time. I'm going to get it organized.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you had Jamie, I'm having a hard time hearing you, but the world can hear you. I'm just trying to figure it out in here today. But it sounds like you had a wonderful weekend. I'm going to get to you in a minute. But that sounds like I know you guys had a great time on this weekend. Good morning, Erica Bogan on Facebook Live. Thank you for checking in. Good morning. We have a Twitter poll today. And I'm going to get to everybody in the room in a minute. But our Twitter poll is this, a pretty fun one today. Now, in light of the 4th of July weekend, in light of what happened on the 4th of July, you know, is the hot dog, Jason, is the hot dog a sandwich or is it just a hot dog? That's the Twitter poll for today. Yes or no, guys? What's the hot dog? Is the hot dog a sandwich?
I say yes.
You say yes?
It's meat surrounded by pieces of or by a roll.
Uh-huh.
You can put condiments on it. So
Right.
Yes, I would say it's a sandwich.
Okay. What about you, Jamie? A hot dog, a sandwich?
A hot dog is a hot dog.
Right. I don't know if it's a sandwich or not, guys. I don't know.
If you can eat it plain, I eat mine right off the butter.
So that's that right. That's on the so. But if I put it on abundance and make it a sandwich, that's on the Twitter poll today. Yes or no? Do you consider a hot dog a sandwich? A sandwich. What about you, Janae?
Yes, it's a sandwich. It's an open face sandwich.
That's okay. My hair.
I just think it's a hot dog.
I thought Kyrie was gonna say, "I don't eat hot dogs." I don't know what it is, man. I think it's just a hot dog. I mean, I don't know. We'll find it out. We'll work it out. But that's the Twitter poll for today. And today's topic, guys, what we're going to dive in today, we got a great guest coming on. He's going to talk about his business. But today's topic is we're going to talk about how to rid yourself of negative thoughts, how to rid yourself of negative thoughts, especially during the course of the workday. So I hope you guys get involved in that. Kyrie, how was your weekend?
It was cool.
Okay.
It's okay.
It was okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, didn't do too much?
No.
All right. Janae, how was your weekend?
It was nice. I started dress shopping for my wedding dress.
Okay. How's that coming?
Interesting. I'm learning what I actually like and the names of the actual dresses and cuts and designs and all that stuff because I didn't know.
Right.
So I am grateful for the lady that helped me when I went to the store because I wasn't trying to be difficult, but I think I was because I just didn't know. And
Bridezilla?
I told her. No, not Bridezilla, but I was just like, I don't like this. You know how I am anyway.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I don't like this.
Right.
And I didn't like anything really.
Okay. Jason, how was your weekend, man?
It wasn't too bad. I grilled on to your display on my gas grill.
Okay.
So I grilled on my gas grill.
Did you make hot dog sandwiches?
I did. I made probably like 3 or 4 of them.
See, that don't even sound right. I'll have a hot dog sandwich.
Well, I don't think you ever label it as a hot dog sandwich, but if you put it down to it, like then I think of it as a sandwich. I never once said, "Hey, hot dog, I want to get a hot dog sandwich." But I think just by its terminology, if you put it down to it, I think it is a sandwich. But
Right.
But then we watched Hamilton on Disney Plus, trying to see what the hype was about.
How is that? I'm not a musical guy, and I've never been drawn to even attempt to even figure. But it's being so hyped up. How is that?
I enjoyed it a lot, and it's with the musical stuff, but it has a lot of like the hip hop and like the rap kind of have a history explained through rap and everything or hip hop. But it kind of was different and it was unique and different, But at the same time, it was kind of lengthy. It was probably like 2 hours and 40 minutes
of musicals. I'm not gonna make it, man. I'm not gonna make it, brother. I'm telling you that right now.
I had to have the captions on because they're going really fast. I'm like, wait, what are they saying?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though. I couldn't what the hype was about though. But maybe I'll see it again, maybe in a few months. But I did enjoy it.
I'm very good, very good, very good. Jamie, have you seen Hamilton?
I have not seen it.
Okay, you interested in seeing? Could you sit through a musical that long?
I could. I mean, I'm a musical person, but
Right.
I love music, but I don't know. Like Les Mis, I've seen it a bunch of times, but I'm never the one that's like hype about it.
Yeah, if you want to just not include me in it, if you want to just miss me, and if you want to talk above my head, talk musicals. I think I went to Broadway. You know what I did? Lion King was a musical. Saw that on Broadway, right?
I enjoyed Lion King. I enjoyed The Color Purple, the musical.
I saw that as well.
I've seen a lot of them, but I don't know.
I didn't see Rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw Jersey Boys.
I did, yes.
That's a musical.
Yes.
I'll be fine now. I'll be fine.
I did see, this show's taking a turn. I did see Jersey Boys because Janae had asked me to go for some reason. So we end up in New York. We were seeing Jersey Boys. And it had a good story with it too, but it just wasn't all singing. And I got a feeling that Hamilton's all singing. And people jumping around.
It's got the hip hop stuff to it, which it breaks it up instead of just like the traditional musical. So
Right. Jersey Boys had a story. Does Hamilton have a story?
They all
it's
have
very
stories.
unique. Yeah, Alexander Hamilton was very unique. I didn't think how unique he was until you watched it.
You guys love the Ralph Gray show. This show just taking a turn. We are arguing Hamilton. Not arguing or discussing Hamilton. But he said it was a very unique story, huh?
Yeah, I never would have thought that what was in the story took place back at that time. But because I don't want to spoil too much, but it had a lot of scandals to it, and I didn't really think that back then, stuff like that took place. There was a lot of sex. Apparently, Alexander Hamilton had the first sex scandal.
Really?
I mean, first recorded sex scandal.
Really?
Yeah, it was. And the back and forth politics, and just Washington, Madison, Thomas Jefferson, but it was actually kind of I enjoyed it though. I'm a history buff, history nerd, so I did like that as well.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Yeah. I mean, I have to check it out. I have to check it out. On the Facebook. For people who are in the radio, I do have a Facebook Live going on, and people are talking about it's a hot dog. Jackson says it's a sandwich. Miss Betsy Land checked in, so Jackson said it's a sandwich. Erica Bogan, good friend of the family, friend of the show. I don't know what it is either. She said it's just a hot dog. Maurice Woodard said it could be a sandwich according to what according to what you put on it. So I don't know what a hot dog is. We're gonna figure it out. We're going to figure it out before the end of the show. But we are talking today. We're talking about how to remove negative thoughts out of your head. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that today, and we're really going to get to that. But it sounds like everybody had a great weekend. Sounds like we're going to be discussing a little bit of Hamilton today to kind of bring me up to speed. Maybe I will check it out. Maybe I will. I just don't. I'm going to have to watch in the segments. I'm telling you, I'm not sitting through 2.5 hours of singing like that, but I will check it out in segments and whatnot. So check into the Twitter poll. We got a friend of mine. Oh, this is what I want to say. The 9th caller today. Almost forgot. The 9th caller. 888-329-3306. If you are the 9th caller, I don't know what you're waiting for. Right? If you are the 9th caller, we'll bless you in your Cash App today. My name is Pastor Ralph Graves. Now listen, I pastor the Cornerstone Community Church in Millville, New Jersey. Proud pastor of Cornerstone Community Church. Man, I tell you what, I'm really proud of pastoring my church and how we've been able to move and navigate during this season of pandemic. Folks are praying for one another, lifting one another up. Ministry is still moving forward, still able to do it. But we're down in Millville, 911 Church Street, Millville, New Jersey, and having a good time. But you can check us out on the website. Check us out, All Things Cornerstone Community Church. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. But right now, I listen to www.dbam.com. And I want you guys to call in 888-329-3306. The 9th caller. The 9th caller, guys. We have a gift for you. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call. And nobody has called yet. So if I'm you, I would just call and I hang up. My son's going to text me. I called 9 times in a row. What's up? Well, nobody's called yet. Nobody's called yet. Hey, Ryan, you need to text me anyway, man. You need to text me. I can make sure the dogs ain't out. You know what I'm talking about. But you guys call me. 888-329-3306. The 9th caller. The 9th caller will be given a gift. But anyway, guys, we're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to dive into our topic today. It's a very important topic. Hope you guys are thinking about it. How to shut down, how to cancel out those negative thoughts that kind of, we get you realize before I go to break, you realize you get about 700,000 messages a day. 700,000 messages a day. Jamie, you hear me? 700, and that's why I want to keep this show so positive, because if you're listening to this show, I want you to get the right messaging. How much of that messaging is positive? You know, a lot of people want to come on the show. A lot of people want to do some things, but I want to keep this show steered in the right direction. I know you get 700,000 messages a day. Which ones are going to uplift you? Which ones are going to motivate you? So you're going to have all kind of different thoughts and all kinds of different different thoughts, you know, driven by these messages. And negative thoughts can really mess you up. So we want to talk about how to shut down or how to get rid of them so I don't dwell on them. Junior Kid says, lucky I'm in the hospital. Well, hey, you got a phone in the hospital, man. Call in 888-329-3306, man. I'll make sure I'll get it to you if you are the ninth caller. But we come back, we're going to talk about the messagings that we received. We're going to talk about how to shut that down. It's going to be a great conversation. My name is Ralph Grace Jr. You're listening to WWDBAM.com, 860 on the AM dial. We will be right back after these messages.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
877-866-7535. Also, please visit our website at www.peoplefirstlawyers.com and see how we can assist you. And please be sure to mention that you heard us on the Ralph Graves Jr. Show and ask for Jamie.
Text this number to Ryan real quick. Pass this to 856.
I don't even have Ryan's thing up yet.
Ryan up. Anybody who's got Ryan up?
Nobody yet.
Hold on.
Text Ryan right now. What is it?
856-535-5126.
Is writing down what you do on a daily basis. Evaluate making small changes on a day-to-day basis. Selecting levels, age, size, abilities. This is about getting up off the ground when you're not using functional fitness.
What up, Facebook?
This is a way of
What's
life.
going on? Thanks for being a part of the show.
Yourself.
Jonathan Dierdan's on the line.
236-0810.
And we're about to talk to him. What do you guys say? Hot dog
Too early.
sandwich
I
or
don't know
what?
what to do.
Thanks for saying that, Jennifer.
I'm so annoyed.
Thanks for saying that. Everybody well this morning? Call in, guys. 888-329-3306.
My sister just texted me and said that we look, what'd she say?
What'd she say?
They said we look bored.
Good board.
Mhm.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. My name is Ralph Graves, to the Ralph Graves Jr. Morning Show here in Ballykinwood, PA. We are at www.dbam.com, 860 on the AM dial. And we're here. The gang's all here, everybody. We're on Facebook Live. We're on everything else. So we're talking about today 7 ways to shut down the negative thoughts in your head. You guys ready? You got a pen? I told you 700,000 messages you receive a day. Number one, and then I got to talk to our guests too. Number 1, remember that negative feelings aren't all bad, okay? Negative feelings aren't all bad. You're going to have them. Remember, negative feelings are information. Spidey senses are tingling, right? You got a bad kind of feeling about somebody. So you say it's in your gut, right? You record that information. You probably should go with your first feeling. Am I right? Where are my ladies at? Ladies are they're so much better at discerning. Let's say it again, Jamie. What's that?
I said that woman's intuition.
Yeah. I listen to my wife's intuition, right? If my wife studies somebody and she says, "Nah, you got to leave them alone," Jason, I'm telling you, listen to your wife. I know you're about to get married. If she has a bad feeling about somebody, believe it. You know, I'm like, "No, honey, they ain't that bad." And what happens? I get burned. But I have learned. Why are women so much better than that? Ladies, go ahead, jump in. I admit that you guys are better than we are when it comes to discerning and intuition when it comes to people.
And pay more attention.
Okay, pay more attention. What do you say? What do you say, Kyer?
Ask Jamie. Yes.
He said, "Ask Jamie."
Yeah.
Jamie, why are women so much better than that? Better than us?
Look, I don't know why we're so much better at it. Honestly, I don't know. You know, some people I think, you know, are really in tune
Yeah.
with their intuition. You know, and if you really listen more internally and focus more internally than externally, you know, you can't be in tune with it if you hear a whole lot of outside. You know, you got to look past what you see on the outside.
Yeah.
You know, I think men sometimes are distracted by the front. You know, everybody.
Right.
They are wrong for having that good appearance. That, you know what I'm saying. Everybody puts their best face forward.
Yeah.
You know, every day when they meet people.
Of course.
Women always seem to try to look beyond that. That first impression, okay, yeah, I'm waiting on the next one. I got to see what you think ain't nobody looking.
Right. Okay. All right. So when it comes to that negative feeling, guys, don't just ignore it. They're real. They're not necessarily bad. It's information. They become toxic when they start kind of directing how we operate during the course of the day. Okay. You know, my daughter Jasmine checks in. Good morning, Chantel Wing. Jasmine checks in. Yes, listen to the feeling the first time. And it might take you several times to get it. Women, listen, you have a superpower. And some men do too. But women, you have a superpower. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. So all I'm saying, my good friend Steve Dana, when I have him on, he'll tell you that from the get-go. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. So the first thing is understand that you will have negative feelings throughout the day. All right. We know that's associated with the 700,000 messages we receive a day via email, via people's body language, via phone calls, whatever, advertisements. They're not all bad. It is just information. Just information. But on the line right now, guys, I always try to have some great guests on the phone with us and talking about what they do. I met this gentleman several weeks ago, maybe a couple months now, and we've become pretty close. On the line right now is the CEO of Stak'd Kitchens, which I have renamed Stak'd Nutrition. I keep saying Stak'd Nutrition, but Stak'd Kitchen, none other than my friend Jonathan Dierdan. Man, welcome to the show. Everybody say hi to Jonathan.
Hey, thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
Man, Jonathan, it's so glad to have you on the show. Jonathan, tell the millions of listeners, no pressure now, tell the millions of listeners about Stak'd Kitchens. How did you start Stak'd Kitchens, man? Where did it come from? Where was it birthed out of? I need for them to hear it.
Yeah, you know, actually, it's funny you say that. Like, what, when this whole pandemic thing happened, you know, my business, just, you know, I'm in the hospitality business. I'm an executive chef for Hotel Monaco in Philly. So when all this happened so suddenly, you know, I was at home for a week, and I worked 50 hours a week. And after the first week, I'm like, I just can't sit here and do nothing.
Right.
It's just not in my, you know, it's not in my work ethic. So, you know, I've been meal prepping for about 3 years, just every weekend, from my family and I, because you know, I learned how important nutrition is to your body.
Right.
You know, I'm an avid CrossFitter, so I've been CrossFitting since 2015, and about 2 years into CrossFit, you know, which is very, you know, functional fitness.
Yeah, you're a gym rat. I see your videos.
Yeah.
I see you deadlifting 400 pounds. You act like I didn't see it. I saw it.
Man, that's my favorite thing to do. Heavy off the ground.
Yeah.
So after about 2 years in the CrossFit, you know, I realized that I still wasn't seeing any improvements in my cardio and being able to maintain a high intensity workout for a long period of time. And my coach at the time was just like, hey, you've got to dial in your nutrition.
Yeah.
So then it clicked. You know, because being a chef, you know, I eat all fresh foods, very high quality ingredients. You know, I don't eat fast foods or anything like that. But I didn't really dial in the macros and eat fuel my body to do what it needs to do. So finally, I changed my nutrition, meal prepping every week. And then when this whole pandemic thing happened, I mean, it happened over the weekend, you know, and you know, it kind of was a shock. So after I digested everything else happened in the world, you know, I said the next week I got the website up. Just like, you know what, I should just do this for a business. I mean, it's one of my trades, and you know, and it's been great ever since. You
Right.
Being able to get business off the ground in a week and a half, get the website up and running. It was super exciting for me to share, what I do, what I've been doing for 3 years with everybody else.
So this was birthed out of the pandemic. You see that there's one or two things that's going to happen when you receive bad messaging. Something's either going to be birthed or something's going to die. You decided that, okay, I'm an executive chef. I'm at, you said, the Hotel Monaco. You're doing your thing. Everything's shut down. I'm sitting at home. Now, I can either sit at home and complain, or I can do what Jonathan does. So Jonathan took the messaging and turned it in to this phenomenal business to where, and I might be jumping the gun, you and I talked about it a few weeks ago. You said, Ralph, I don't even know if I'm going back.
Right.
You see, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm not that person who's going to sit there and wait for them to tell me.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I was so motivated to get this off the ground and do something, with my talents. Right.
That's awesome, man. See, we get messaging every day. We get messaging every day, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to you. What are you going to do with that messaging? So the negative message was, it would produce a negative feeling. We're shut down. It's a pandemic. What do I do? I'm an executive chef. Nobody's even allowed to come eat. So that's the negative thing. He accepted that. Remember, all negative feelings aren't bad. They're just information. Right? And so he took that information, and we get stacked kitchens, right? So number two, what I want you to do, after you get that information, write down the negative thoughts. If you need to write them down, write them down. I'm a guy that reads everything and writes everything. I was cleaning one of my bookshelves the other day, and I told my wife, I said, man, I got content for years. I've been writing stuff down since the 90s. Right? So write down your negative thoughts, right? It's okay. Write them down. What can be birthed out of them? If nothing can be birthed out of them, you crumble it up, you throw it away. You are now disconnected because nothing positive can be birthed from it. Nothing positive can be birthed from that particular negative feeling or that particular information or messaging that you received, right? So our job is to kind of take it and make it into something that's alive, that lives. So Jonathan, tell us more about Stak'd Kitchens, man. So you're and listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of his clients, and I'm telling you, it is fresh, it is nutritious, it is phenomenal. Jamie and all the Jason and Gayer and Janae, I'm telling you.
You know we love to eat on this show. So you talking that language now.
Yeah. I was on Facebook Live the other day, and I was eating. Every time I eat, I'm eating one of his meals, and he makes it so convenient for you. He'll drop it off at your house. He'll send you the menu for the week. You buy the week, and he drops it off at your house, wherever your drop-off location might be, safely, conveniently, and it's ready to rock and roll. For my particular life at this moment, yes, I love to cook at home, and that's great. But for how me and my wife in this particular season right now, Stak'd Kitchens is really, really working for us. So far, what we have here is you process it. You write down your negative thoughts. Guys, jump in. Jason, what do you do, man? What has been your technique, man, and when it comes to a negative feeling?
I just try to do something. Ultimately, it sounds simple, but just try to do something that makes me happy. I kind of just hit the reset button, and if it's just like if I take the dog out, I just take the dog out. If it's just like watching something that I know it's gonna make me happy, something I might have watched thousands of times, but just kind of like hit the reset button, or just have a conversation, and just vent it out, so that instead of having that pent up negativity inside me,
right?
Have a friend or a family member just kind of like get it out there, and just so it's not the whole time, but whatever, there's different solutions for me that I find to do when I have negative thoughts, and just get it out there.
You know what? And that's point number 3. Go outside. That's what I have on my list. When you get a negative thought, right? Go outside. There's something about being outside. Where are my outdoorsy people? I know.
Not here.
Not
Outside would definitely
Not after the
put me
canoe ride,
so not have that canoe ride,
in
huh?
a worse mood.
Yeah, I actually like to chime in on that one.
Go ahead, John.
Anytime when we're in the professional kitchen, one of the things that I say to all of my staff is I see that they have a little attitude adjustment or maybe they have some personal things going on.
Right.
One of the things I always say is like, don't cook angry food.
Please don't, because I can taste that. I can taste when it's angry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't cook angry food means like don't harness that anger, and you're gonna be a better person by just taking a quick little walk or go and do something that makes you happy for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Take a breather, come back, and you're gonna, you want to cook happy food that tastes good, that looks good, that feels good, that you feel good about.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Actually, that's how we do that in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, you can taste the difference when something was. You really can. I used to tease when I used to, at Wawa, right? I used to know people worked at Wawa, and I would say, hey, man, make sure you make my sandwich with love, and they would laugh, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. If you make it with an attitude, it's gonna taste like it was made with an attitude. Make my sandwich with love. Janae, talk to me about your negative feelings and what are some. I know you don't have a problem with writing them down. You're being a writer and all. Like when you get a negative feeling or a negative vibe, what are some of the things you might put in play?
Well, first I try like most of the time they just go away. You know what I mean? Like it won't be like that kind of like deep seated negativity.
Right.
So it'll just kind of like swing in and then swing out.
Yeah.
But if it like swings in and then stops, I'm all like, okay, well, what is this?
Right.
I try to figure out where it came from.
Gotcha.
And then, and then I deal with that, where it came from.
Yeah.
And then because I don't know, I don't really.
Now I know you're a big weightlifter. That counts as going. That kind of when we say go outside, it's kind of like removing your situation from that particular environment.
Right. Doing
outside
something
of that
else.
Environment, doing something different.
I'm not sure that I use weightlifting that way. I really don't think I do.
Right.
But I might have because I did it for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like, oh, it's okay because in 3 hours I'll be in the gym. Like I don't know if I did that or not.
And a lot of times, guys, and I'll get to you guys here. A lot of times, man, we process and get rid of these negative thoughts without even thinking about it because you don't want to be the angry person. You don't want to be the person who brings the negativity into the room.
Right.
And Jamie, you're always pleasant. I can't imagine you being that person who, oh, here she comes.
No, but
oh my God.
It's intentional because I feel like there's such a negative stereotype of Black women being angry all the time.
The angry Black woman, right.
That I'm very cognizant when I feel myself going in that direction and whether or not it's valid. Because I don't believe because I'm a Black woman that I can never be upset about something.
Right.
But I do feel like I have to be very intentional about what I choose to be upset about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be reckless with it.
Right.
Because it's already, I feel like because of the stereotype, difficult for, especially in my environment. I'm in a non-African American environment the majority of the time.
Right.
So I have to overcome that first impression is, oh, well, she's probably just angry about everything. So I have to be legitimate and have my point ready for why I'm upset about this and it needs redress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Very good. I mean, this is how we have to handle it, man. Nobody at the sound of my voice, and you guys are going to have challenges today. You're going to have ups and downs. Listen, do not allow what's going on around you dictate what happens inside of you. You don't remember anything else about this show, all right? Don't let it stop your growth. Don't let it stop your pleasantries. Don't let it stop your creativity. Whatever is going on around you, please do not allow it to dictate what is happening on the inside of you. Don't allow that to happen. Another thing that I do, guys, right? Oh, guys, I love this topic, so I'm going kind of fast, right? But don't forget our, Jonathan, you're a chef. You are an executive chef. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm going to have to say yes because it is in between two slices of bread.
Go ahead.
I think it's on a category of its own, to be honest.
Uh-huh. So my executive chef has said that a hot dog, and I disagree with you. How about that?
All right.
How about that? How about that?
I,
Now tomorrow, like next week he's gonna deliver me a bunch of hot dogs and buns. And he's gonna say he's gonna say sandwiches for Ralph. That's what he's gonna say.
I'm gonna flip button that
Right. All right, so he says it's a sandwich. That's the Twitter poll. I can't wait to see what Twitter says about that. And the executive chef says it's a sandwich. I guess a hamburger is a sandwich too. I don't know. I don't know.
Hoagies are sandwiches.
Hoagies are not sandwiches, are they? No, they're
They
hoagies.
are.
They're
No, they're categories. It's like
Jason, let's go to commercial.
subcategory.
A hoagie is definitely a
Everybody's ganging up on me. But that is the Twitter poll. We're going to talk about food. Hey, Jonathan, have you seen Hamilton?
No, it's actually on my list to watch with my wife.
Okay. All right. Everybody's on the list. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Michael Morton.
Dad,
Go ahead.
Hamilton was a Broadway play. Not everybody just goes to Broadway. They just put it on Disney July 3rd.
Right. What I'm saying is everybody's watching it, but me, I'm out of the loop.
It just got there.
Yeah. Michael Morton says, yes, a cheesesteak is a sandwich. A hot dog is just a smaller sandwich.
See?
All right.
He's an educator.
And he is an educator. Yes. Yes. He's a
Molder
world
of my
renowned.
mind.
So I have an educator, a chef. I have all my friends telling me that, I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon. I'll see what does Twitter say. Kyer, we'll see what Twitter says after the break. Guys, listen, if you want to take out an ad on this show, right? If you want to be part of our sponsors, part of advertising, please email me at ralph@ralphgravesjr.com, and we'll tell you how to do that. So please consider becoming a sponsor. Guys, I'm still waiting for the ninth caller, right? And the ninth caller. Thank you, Ken Dominic said, I got your back, bro. Hot dog is not a sandwich, period. And I'm going to tell you why he is an authority on that, because he is from Louisiana. He is from New Orleans and Baton Rouge, and they know how to eat and food down there. And so if he says, if the Baton Rouge contingent has called in and says the hot dog is not a sandwich, the hot dog is not a sandwich. Not a sandwich. Thank you. Thank you for my gumbo creating phenomenal chefs. It's calling in from Baton Rouge and New Orleans. I didn't say New Orleans. New Orleans. It's not a sandwich. Keith Keeping It Right Sanders says, I think anything you put on bread would be a sandwich. Well, Keith Sanders, you and I grew up in the same neighborhood. So yes, we made sandwiches out of everything. Anybody remember Spam sandwich?
That's disgusting.
I want to try Spam.
Thank you. Is butter on the bread a butter sandwich, Chef Jonathan?
I think that would be in the toast category.
Toast.
So
If you put condiments on a piece of bread, that's not a sandwich. Butter is a condiment.
I don't know.
Oh, what do you mean?
The chef said anything you put on bread is a sandwich. That's what the chef said.
Yeah,
The executive chef said that.
but he meant
Now he's talking about toast. He's all over the place today. Nobody talking about toasting it.
because you talked about butter on bread. That's where you brought in toast.
Jamie said that. She said it's butter on bread and folded together a sandwich.
No.
I apologize to all of our listeners. This show has taken a deep dive into arguing about sandwiches in Hamilton. And I am just right. That's all I'm saying. Guys, you're listening to WWDBAM.com, 860 on the AM dial. My name is Pastor Ralph Graves Jr. We'll be right back with the verse of the day. Be right back.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
What up, Facebook? We're back. If you're listening, we're having a great time today. We're talking Hamilton. We're talking sandwiches. We're talking what to do with negative feelings. And we hope this is helping you guys out. Now,
How do you have them on here?
Anyway, it's a good time. Good time. Good
Because what
time.
did you unplug though?
Huh?
What's these? These are yours?
Yeah, they're mine. Why you playing?
No, but you unplug. Oh, no, they're not even yours.
Thanks for being part of the show. John Dierdan's on. I said sugar sandwich. Well, we just taking a deep dive today.
I can't read and you go.
Coming right back with your name, worst of the day.
I'm really not good at that. Like,
No.
It'll come out.
So
long
people were at the house to do work.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ryan had left the dogs out now. They're blowing up my phone. I'm like, why they calling me? That's why I had you text Ryan the number. He said he handled it.
Yeah. He didn't text me either.
My mother checked in. If it's between two pieces of bread, it's the same. You have to understand my family. We put everything between bread. I put grits on toast.
It's a breakfast taco.
Taco was sandwich.
It's a breakfast taco. Well,
No, taco's a taco.
Taco's not a sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't think I have those taco.
Hot dogs are by themselves on a menu.
Yeah, I was just about to
Like,
say
it'll
that.
be like
It'll be
sandwiches.
burgers, sandwiches, salad, taco.
Thank you, Kaya. And Kaya, after birthday, you want to bring that up?
Good morning, everybody. I forgot what my comeback greeting usually was. Anyway, it's time for the verse of the day. When negative thoughts are swirling and you desperately want to redirect, do a quick check. Are you dressed? Ephesians 6:11-18 reaffirms that you can fight back. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Get up, get dressed, and leave the lies behind. I'm Janae Graves, and those were your verses of the day.
Thank you so much for that, Janae. Thank you. Thank you for reminding us to put on the whole armor of God. Now, we're talking about how to rid yourself of negative thoughts. So we talked about 3 things so far today. First, I said write them down. Or first of all, receive the negative feeling. It is what it is, right? They're not, negative feelings aren't bad at all. It's just information. I had a negative feeling about some stuff yesterday, and it was just information about some stuff, right? Write down a negative thought. Our guest, Jonathan Dierdan, who was on, and we lost him. John, if you can call back, man, because I want to tell people how to get in contact with you. I don't know if we dropped you or you dropped us, but we talked about writing down your negative thoughts. We talked about how he started Stak'd kitchens out of a negative thought. So write them down and see what can be birthed from that. If nothing can be birthed, if no changes can be made, trash it. We talked about maybe go outside. When I mean go outside, either outside of nature or just change your environment in that moment. Change your environment in that moment. Get outside of that moment. Change that environment in that moment. Now, next I want to talk about with this, use reminders. In other words, use self-affirmations. I know it sounds corny and it sounds hinky, right? But I use self-affirmations every day. You know, one self-affirmation is every day and every day and every way I'm getting better and better. I mean, whatever you have to tell yourself, whatever self-affirmation, could be Bible verse, could be scripture. That's why we have verse of the day. I'm a born again believer. I believe every word of the Bible, everything that Christ has ever said. So if no matter what I'm going through, make sure I'm lined up in the will of God. And so that affirmation for me is scripture. So use reminders, use self-affirmations. I have an alarm that goes off on my phone. I told you that, guys, before, that every morning at 9:30 and then again at 3:30, a self-affirmation. It's my voice encouraging me. So use a self-affirmation. Use a self-affirmation. Use a self-affirmation. What do you guys think about that? Jen, you ever use a self-affirmation? You ever have to encourage yourself in the moment? Yeah. Wow. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Right.
It's just momentum.
Yeah.
Gear up and go again.
Yeah. Now, if you guys are not getting the Truth Boost, thank you for bringing it up. Text C3E to the number 313131, and every morning I will send you out a Truth Boost, and I hope it kind of helps you out throughout the day and whatnot. Kair made a valid point in the break that she's going to make now, and I'm glad the executive chef is back on the line. All you sandwich people, Kair, please, your argument for everyone here.
Okay. So when you go to a restaurant, on the menu, you have different sections.
Yes, that's right.
You have like salads, then you have burgers and sandwiches.
Look at that.
And then you'll have hot dogs.
Wow.
Whatever. So a hot
even,
dog is not a sandwich.
Jason, you feel me?
I'm going down the path that she's going. I'm listening.
She's absolutely correct.
It is part of the, there is an extra side under that category. I get it.
Yeah. Mac and cheese is under there too.
They're so special a sandwich.
Don't even try it, Janae.
That they have their own.
Don't even try
they have their own section.
I hear the silence. I hear the silence of my executive chef. Now, my executive chef, he doesn't work at places that serve hot dogs, so he probably don't even know what I'm talking about. So he is quiet right now, knowing himself that on the menu, hot dogs are different than sandwiches.
I'm just doing a little research, and it says a hot dog is not a sandwich, according to the official press release from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
So thank God for that. And the Hot Dog and Sausage Council originate out of Louisiana, don't they, super producer Ken Dominic? My mom checks it. All right, and listen, my mom checks it, right? If it's between two pieces of bread, it's a sandwich. No matter what you put between that bread, it's a sandwich. Keith Sanders checked it a little while ago on Facebook Live. He said he had a sugar sandwich growing up. We had cheese sandwiches growing up, but no. The hot dog, according to the Hot Dog and Sausage Council, which I never knew existed. Thank you, Chef Jonathan. Says that it is no. Thank you, Kair, for bringing up that strong argument. I have a lawyer on the line, and she says case is what, Jamie?
Say what?
The case is closed. Am I right?
The case is closed.
Yes. She's an attorney.
I rest my case.
Thank you, Kair, for coming on the witness stand. So use reminders.
I have an affirmation.
What's that?
That I got from a movie.
What's that?
You is kind.
I can't.
You is smart.
We're going to have to cut our mic off.
You is
important. But during that particular day, I guess she had to say that to herself, right?
She said it to a little kid.
Well, it's positive affirmation. Positive affirmation. Okay, so use reminders during the course of the day. This show is flying by. Guys, listen, follow me on Twitter and go to the Twitter poll and cast your vote. Cast your vote. You may not agree with the Hot Dog and Sausage Council of America. You may not agree with them. So cast your vote on it. Guys, listen, I'm still waiting for the ninth caller.
I will agree with them.
I'm still waiting for the ninth caller. I'm just going to go home with this money in my pocket. 888-329-3306. The ninth caller. The ninth caller, right? We're going to bless you. We're going to bless you with a couple
hair
dollars.
Secrets.
You know, and what do you say, Janae?
The ninth caller gets my hair care secrets.
No, no, they get something. They get some cash. But if you're the ninth caller, nobody's called in yet. 888-329. John, real quick, man. Where can they find you, Jonathan? How can they get involved like I did with Stak'd Kitchens? And I'm telling you guys, you will not regret it. My wife and I loved it so much. She turned some folks on at her job where she works, and a lot of the first line responders and nurses there are signed on with Stak'd Kitchens. John, how do they find you?
Yeah. So you can find me stackedkitchens.com. That's Stak'd spelled STACKD kitchens.com. I'm also, that's my Instagram handle and Facebook. It's really easy. Just, and you know, when you contact me on the website, you're getting me directly.
Yeah.
And I can pretty much tailor your diet or whatever your needs are.
Yes.
I'm really good with dietary restrictions as well.
He is. My wife has a lot of food allergies, and he does a great job. He really does. And he really does. Low sodium. He can provide that. Jonathan, I know you know it already, and I know you don't like putting it out, but just for my listeners and my viewers, just tell us what's on the menu this week. What do we got? What can I look for?
This week's going to be a little bit of surprise. So a little sneak peek. I'm working with some smoked meat, some barbecue stuff. I want to kind of, because it's summertime, so I want to kind of spice it up.
Now.
And you know, but in a healthy way.
Yeah.
So traditionally, smoked meats are really high in fat, so you can't have too much of them. So I'm trying to use the lean part of the brisket, and I have some some smoked chicken that I'm working with, and just kind of testing out some recipes. My family's a guinea pig, so they're super happy. We had some little sliders last night for dinner.
Yeah.
And the little Hawaiian rolls. Those were good. So, yeah.
Now, I don't know, and I'm not a fish guy. Everybody listens to this show, you know, I'm not a huge fish guy. I don't know what you did with that sea bass the other day. Phenomenal.
Yeah, you know the best part about it is my
was it sea bass?
Ingredients from it was striped bass.
Striped bass, yeah.
And and it's in season right now. It's beautiful fish coming out of the water. I use my same suppliers that I used when I was in the restaurant.
Wow.
So I'm getting top quality stuff that if you sat in my restaurant, you'd pay top dollar. But this is I'm passing the savings on to everybody else.
Wow. So. How can they find you? One more time. How can they find you?
Yeah. So Stak'd Kitchens, no E, STACKD kitchens.com. And that's my Instagram handle and also Facebook page.
Guys, you will not regret it. Get with my friend Jonathan Dierdan at Stak'd Kitchens. I say Stak'd Nutrition because it's clean, it's healthy. He works. He knows I'm a gym rat. He's a gym rat. He makes sure that I get my proteins, all of it well balanced. And I'm telling you, it's like a treat. When he drops it off, I take it upstairs, and my wife says, "Oh, what do we get this week?" I don't even ask him what the menu is. I just trust him most of the time. He'll ask me, "Do you anything special on the menu?" I'm like, "Nah, man, just bring it on up. We got it." Whatever it is. So we talked about sending reminders to yourself, right? Talked about sending reminders to yourself or affirmations. Next, guys, this show is flying by. I only got about 5 minutes left. It's been a phenomenal show. And I guess I'm going to go home with the gift that I have for everybody. I guess nobody called in. 888-329-3306. Next is look at your job. Right? When you receive a negative thought, when you receive a negative feeling, I should say, look at your job. Look at your environment. When I say look at your job, is that job that you're currently on, is that creating that negative thought or that negative feeling? And what are you doing with it? Are you saying, okay, this is just a means to an end? This will help support what I really want to do, but really look at your job, right? Look at it. And if that is constantly providing a negative feeling, right? Don't be afraid to change it. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to let it work for you. Some of you might say, well, Pastor Graves, I'm not in a position to just go ahead and leave my job, right? I'm not telling you to go ahead if you're not in a position to do it, but allow it to finance, allow it to develop something that you really want to do. at your next stage. Listen, I was a police officer for 20 years. I tell everybody the days were long, but the years were short, right? The days were long, but the years were short. And now I'm really doing exactly what I love to do, what I'm purposed to do. And we're going to take this as far as we can. So take a good look at your job. What can be birthed from it? Can you make a lateral move? Can you, if maybe you can leave jobs and do what you want to do, but look at that environment that is causing those negative thoughts. Take a really good look at it, what you spend your time doing during the course of the day. Guys, listen, again, if you are interested in sponsoring the show, right? If you're interested to seeing your ad play and hearing your ad on the radio to the millions of listeners here at www.dbam.com, please email me at ralph@ralphgravesjr.com. Email me there, right? And the lovely tri-state area will hear your advertisement, and a lot of these people will work with you. So consider becoming a sponsor. Email me there. We'll make it relevant for you. We'll make it happen for you. I'll go to our Twitter poll, and we talked about what to do with negative thoughts. And before I jump back into Hamilton, the last thing for negative thoughts today. It's simple. It's easy. How about today? Just smile more. Just smile more. I'm not talking about being giddy. I'm not talking about, but just be that ray of sunshine. You don't have to constantly remind us all the things wrong with the world. All we have to do is take 10 seconds to look at our phone, and we can find out everything wrong with the world, right? Don't be the bearer of bad news or negative information, or even if you receive it, smile more, right? Smiling might be the last thing you want to do when you feel down, but sometimes we got to fake it until we make it, right? Yeah, until it pays off, right? One thing that I find will make you happy is actually smiling. Actually smiling will change your attitude. Do I have anybody who want to object to that? Am I right? Anybody want to say amen? Anybody want to help me along?
I'll co-sign that.
Anybody want? Yeah, thank you. Smiling.
I'll sign off on that too.
And I'm looking at Janae and Kair on the monitor, just looking at me like, if this show ain't over, smile, y'all. Smile for people.
That's not what I'm thinking at all.
I know. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only messing with you guys.
You have a comment in the private chat. I don't know how I'm supposed to tell you these things on air, but you have a comment in the private chat.
Oh, I have a comment in the private chat. Okay, here we go. But that's not how you get the money. You know what? Okay. All right. I have a comment in the private chat because it's my producer who's producing the Facebook side of it. He says that if nobody calls, I can pick a winner from the Facebook chat. I don't know, Ken. How can I pick a winner from that? You tell me how to do it, and we do it. We got 5 minutes left. But anyway, call in 888-329-3306. Last point. Well, I gave you the last point on smiling more. I will attempt to watch Hamilton this, right? I have to watch it in segments. I'll sit down with my wife. I'll ask her, because we have Disney Plus, because I got it for my granddaughter. But we got Disney Plus because my granddaughter wanted to see some Disney. But I will make an attempt, and Jason and I will have a conversation about it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it though. I mean, you can take a break during the intermission, and then if you decide to go back to it later on, then it's right there for you.
Oh, it's an intermission too?
Yeah, it's a brief intermission.
It doesn't play straight through like a regular 2-hour movie?
I mean, it has a sign that says intermission, but it's not like you take like a half an hour break, but it's broken off in 2 parts.
Got you. Jonathan Dierdan, you going to watch Hamilton this weekend?
I'm definitely going to make it happen, because I know you're going to ask me on Sunday.
I am going to ask you on Sunday. Well, I may not watch it by Sunday. I may not watch it by Sunday. Jamie, you going to check it out?
I'm going to check it out with y'all.
Yeah, and maybe next week we'll have a review.
Well, no, you can't, because I am waiting to watch it with someone. So
okay, so we have to wait till you watch it with that person,
or I'll just leave. That's why you.
No, I will wait. We want you part of the conversation. You have so much to give. You have so much to give. How about that? Guys, listen, it's been a great show today. I hope that you now know what to do with some negative feelings that may come your way today. I know you get 700,000 messages a day, and we just try to make this show super positive. Now, one message that I want you to leave with, and I want you to know, is that for God so loved the world
that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That's right. You too can have a relationship with Jesus Christ just as you are. Give your life over to him and watch God just transform your life. My name is Pastor Ralph Graves Jr. This has been the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I'm going to say goodbye for everybody. I want to thank our guest, Jonathan Dierdan, for coming on. Reach out to him at Stak'd Nutrition. Guys, listen, have a phenomenal week, everybody. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, Facebook guys.
This is Erica.
Let me announce, Erica Bogan's the winner.
Hi, this is Melissa Canavo Marino, your host of Mattinata Musicale, and I'm here to tell you that you can catch Mattinata Musicale Saturday mornings from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on WWDB 860. So if you're in the mood to listen to great Italian music, make sure to tune into Mattinata Musicale.
To receive your gift. To receive your gift. So thank you, Erica. Thank you, Erica. Is Erica still on? All right. So the winner is Erica Bogan. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the show. Hope you share it with somebody. Remember, shut out those negative thoughts, those negative feelings. I gave you some tips on how to do it. Receive the information, but let something alive spring from it. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you again later. See you.